Best 2 days of the year.
Best
Thursday
2 days
and
of the
Friday.
year, Thursday,
Yep.
Friday. I
Enjoy
agree.
games all day.
Yep, enjoy it. Have a couple beverages.
Get together with the friends.
Sit back.
Get together with the boys.
Win some games.
St. Patrick's Day on Friday night, so
That's an old-time day.
watch basketball all day and then
Mm-hmm.
get a jump start on your St. Patrick's Day.
All right, this is the Boys Down Bad podcast, and boys, the madness is here. We've got an awesome show for you guys today. We're going to be filling out our own Boys Down Bad bracket. It's going to go better than it did last year.
Last year was bad.
Last year was terrible. One of the worst brackets I've ever seen, I think.
We'll blame it on Clay.
Yeah, we'll blame it on Clay.
Yeah.
That's a good call, actually. Blame it on Clay.
Blame it on Clay.
Yep. Quick housekeeping before we move on. No Block, No Rock podcast is putting on the Nebraska Podcast Awards. And we have been nominated. So if you guys could go vote for us, we're going to put the link in the description. What are we going for, Peters?
Best guest, which in theory we should run away with.
Sure.
Bet Your Mortgage, which we hit one Boys Down Bad parlay.
Plus money on the year.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
And then New Kids on the Block podcast 1 year or younger.
Yep. So we're going for those three. So if you could go on into the description, vote for us for those three. That'd be awesome. We'd appreciate it. And stick around because we had an awesome interview with Jason Maciejczak. We figured out how to say his name. Pretty crazy last name, but awesome interview with him. So stick around after we break down the brackets. Sweet interview with him. So let's get into it, boys.
Let's do it. Journey time.
The Boys Down Bad bracket. I'm so excited. This is the most informed I've ever been for a tournament. It's probably not going to matter. I know that, but I'm going to give it my all.
But it could.
Could matter. Could be the first ever perfect bracket.
I mean, you're perfect until you're not.
That is very true.
Until you take SEMO plus 3.5.
Well, they can still come back.
Yeah, they'll come back. So let's get into it. First game, Chris, just take us through. Be our guide.
Okay. So the first game, we'll just start the South region up there.
Okay.
So the first game, Alabama against the winner of actually tonight's game, Texas A&M, Corpus Christi, and Southeast Missouri State.
So how we're going to do this is we're each going to give our pick and then
Majority
wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, do we have to talk about it?
I think it's just Alabama.
Yeah, so go ahead.
Kidding.
Okay.
Might as well
And he's just choking. Choking to
them
start.
into the final while you're at it.
No. Not if I have anything to say about it. All right, so Bama, moving on.
Bama. Okay, next game, Maryland against West Virginia. It's the 8-9 matchup.
I have a couple notes on this one. Maryland sucks when they don't play at home. They've had 2 road wins all year against Louisville and Minnesota, 2 of the worst teams in Division I. And West Virginia plays in the Big 12. Just battle tested. They play good teams every game.
Counterpoint, is West Virginia beaten down?
It could be.
Could be, but
They were like 5-12 in the Big 12.
how far did they get in the Big 12 tournament, though?
They lost in the second round to Kansas.
Okay, so they've had time to rest.
Yeah, I
like Maryland.
I also like Maryland. I said before I wasn't going to take any Big Ten teams lost to Nebraska, but
I think their defense is pretty good.
yeah.
And they're
Nebraska's
old.
good.
They're like seniors and juniors.
Experience matters. I put a lot of confidence in experience.
I go West Virginia, but it doesn't matter.
So you're going
Yes,
Maryland, Jordan?
Yeah, Maryland.
So it looks like it's Maryland.
The 5-12, I did not know, and that would have me worried. Dylan hates the bracket already.
I really hate the bracket.
Maryland, West Virginia is the first game on Thursday, by the way. So
Yeah,
we'll
so
know
it's
if
gonna start
we're-
off bad,
it could start off really good, or we'll look back at this
really
moment
bad.
and be like,
and I'll say I told you so.
yeah.
All right, next game.
San Diego State against Charleston, College of Charleston.
A lot of people like Charleston in this game.
They won 31 games in the regular season. 31-3, I think.
They
What
did.
conference were they in? I generally don't.
I have no idea. I really
Is it
don't
the
know.
SWAC?
It's either that or like the Sun Belt. It's one of those
I don't think
lower
they're the
ones.
Sun
I don't
Belt.
think they're in the Sun Belt.
Could be the SWAC.
Maybe
It
they're
might
in
be
the
the
SWAC.
SWAC. I don't know.
I don't know what
If
the
we
SWAC
had a
even stands
computer
for.
to check, we would, but we don't.
Don't know what SWAC stands for.
San Diego State won the Mountain West. I think there are some. I don't want to fall into the Mountain West trap, but there are some good teams in the Mountain West this year.
Hidden gems.
Hidden gems. I think they've had 4 Sweet 16 appearances all time in the Mountain West, but I do like San Diego State in this game. I think everyone's going to be on Charleston. It's when you just pick up an easy point.
So
I also like San Diego State. I think Charleston's going to be the team that everybody takes.
Chris hates it.
It's fine. So
Yeah,
San Diego State
put
is the play.
Through. He just can't figure it out. There we go.
I'm trying not to move the mic as much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, love this game.
Virginia and Furman, the
Love this
4-13.
Furman makes 46% of their points from 3. So they are going to be chucking up bombs. Virginia, very slow team. Play good defense, but I think if Furman is hitting their 3, it comes down if they hit their 3s.
It's either going to be a blowout win for Virginia because Furman didn't make any 3s, or Furman's going to win a close game.
Yes, I think so.
And I think it's Furman.
I think
I
it's
like Furman. The only thing I'm worried about is if they go on like if Virginia gets out to like a 9-0 run, they're in trouble. If Furman's like missing, if they're 0 for 3 or 0 for 4.
Yeah.
I think
They
you
gotta
got to throw
hit
it in
early.
the other way, though. If Furman
They come out hot.
comes out high,
Virginia struggles
That's
to
why
score.
I like
Yes.
Furman just in case they come out blazing.
So we're all in
Virginia's so
agreement.
slow.
I like Furman.
All in agreement on Furman.
Furman moving on.
I think this
Love
is going to
that.
be another public upset that everybody's on Furman.
Yeah. What conference are they from?
No clue.
Okay.
Not a clue.
Not good with conferences. Ooh.
Need
Okay.
to
Logistics
research that.
podcast.
No.
All right. Next round is Creighton and NC State.
I want it to be NC State so bad,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
but
We
I
all
think
hate Creighton,
Yeah.
but I just can't.
They just have experience. They've been
Yeah.
there before. They've
And
been
they're-
in the tournament before with the guys.
They have a lot of good players on their team.
They do, unfortunately.
NC State had a guy get hurt in the ACC tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Could be big for them, one of their big guys.
Yeah,
So Cockbrenner could go off.
could. I like Creighton.
I also like Creighton, unfortunately.
Okay, so we're all in agreement there.
Creighton moving on. Hate that. Chris, you have a strange connection with Creighton.
I do.
Do you want to talk about that real quick?
Sure. I guess. Yeah, so boys were at Brewski's the other night. We were just eating before we were going to go back to our place and watch some basketball. And the waitress was pretty cute, I would say. So, and Creighton was playing, actually, and she's a huge Creighton fan.
Yeah.
And
Red
the
flag.
boys,
Yeah, big red
it
flag. by
was
the
a
way.
big red
Yeah.
flag. But anyway, we looked past it. And Creighton was playing that night, and we were all on Creighton. We were like, hypothetically on Creighton.
Sure.
And so they were down at half. We left at half, so I left a note for her. I was like, hey, if Creighton comes back and wins, text me, and I left my number. And then later that night, they got killed.
They got
Creighton
killed.
Creighton got smoked.
Destroyed.
Xavier killed them.
Yep.
But later that night, I got a text from a random number, and it said Creighton wasn't even close.
Mm-hmm.
So it was Brewski's girl.
Brewski's girl.
Yeah.
So now you have a little. Does Creighton have a little soft spot in your heart now?
No, they still
Okay,
suck.
Good.
I still hate
That's
them.
the answer we wanted.
I still hate them, but
Good for you though.
We'll
That's
see what
awesome.
happens.
Yeah, see what happens.
it's just a feeling out thing right now.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
All right, let's move it on.
All right, Baylor and UC Santa Barbara.
I don't have much about this game, but it's just Baylor.
It's got to be Baylor.
It's Baylor. Baylor moving on.
All right, Missouri and Utah State. Dylan, this one's yours.
This one's my favorite. I love Utah State. I watched all of their Mountain West Conference games. The boys were riding Utah State. They lost in the championship to San Diego State, but they gave them a good game. They probably should have won. They were up by like 13, 14 points in that game. Love Utah State. They are from the Mountain West. Stephen Ashworth is their point guard, one of the best three-point shooters in the nation. He's a stud.
The Mormons can shoot.
Mormons can shoot, and then they have a 7 foot dude who's pretty good too. So I really like Utah State in this.
I really don't have a side here.
I like Utah State. I really do.
We'll go Utah State.
'Kay.
Utah State. Moving on to Aggies. We love it.
Do the Mormons
Shout out
shoot
Grant
well?
Speck and Jaden Stack. They love Utah State.
I don't think the Mormons shoot well though.
This team does.
They do.
These Mormons do.
Oh, okay. That was clever.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fair.
Okay, moving on.
Arizona and Princeton. Do we even have to
No, it's
discuss?
Arizona.
Love it. Okay, so we got Bama, Maryland, San Diego State, Furman, Creighton, Baylor, Utah State, and Arizona.
Yeah. All right, what do you want to do? You want to go back to the top or you want to go down this way?
I always go down.
Okay, we'll go down.
Yeah, I go down.
Okay. Purdue.
Yeah, it's Purdue.
Yeah. Zach Edey's tall, not good, though.
Memphis and Florida Atlantic.
I think this is going to be a good game, actually. But I do have Memphis winning.
I also have Memphis.
I think they're hot. They just won the American.
They're sneaky good, I
Yeah.
think.
Move Memphis on.
And we don't have to watch him play at that horrible court.
Do you hate it?
Yes, I do.
It's not
hate it.
that bad.
I kind of like it.
It's not that bad.
If Nebraska had that court, you would hate it.
Or love it.
Or love it.
I think.
I wonder what their fans think of it, actually, like when they go to the game.
Yeah. It's not
I
as
think
bad
it's
as
a
Oregon.
Boise State thing.
Yeah.
Oregon's worse.
Oregon's is bad. I don't like Oregon's.
All right, Duke and Oral Roberts.
Duke.
He's got the Duke jersey on. This is a game where everyone's going to take Oral Roberts, I think.
Yeah.
They've got experience.
They made a run with these guys 2 years ago.
What's his name? Asmus?
Max
Max
Asmus.
Max
Is he their
Asmus.
point guard?
Yeah.
He's stud.
The thing is, Duke also has an experienced point guard in Jeremy Roach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that cancels out, and I think you'd obviously take the team who has more talent on paper.
Yeah. It's just going to be.
Where do you know where this game's at? I know.
No idea.
Okay. I think it's, even if I wasn't a Duke fan, I also think everybody's going to be on Oral Roberts because it's a 12-5. But
I think I like Duke.
I'd be a little bit more concerned if Duke also didn't have an experienced point guard because I think that matters a ton.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So.
All right, we can go Duke.
What would you have gone?
I would have gone Oral Roberts.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, and it kind of a trend I've been following. Teams that like win their conference tournaments typically don't show up in the NCAA tournament.
But Oral Roberts won their conference tournament.
I'm talking major Power 5. Sorry.
Okay.
So like Power 5 teams like ACC, Big Ten, if you win their conference tournament, normally they don't perform well. I don't know why.
Okay.
Maybe they don't get enough rest as teams that lose early.
That's a lot of basketball to play.
So like,
and then jump around.
I don't know. Maybe they're just on the high from winning their conference tournament and
Yeah.
don't focus enough. But
Okay.
we can go Duke. That's fine.
Yeah, I like Duke.
Team of Destiny. There's never been a first-year head coach who's won it all. John Shire.
John Shire.
He could. All right, Tennessee and Louisiana.
I didn't have much on this game. I think it's Tennessee.
Yeah.
I
Play
think it's
solid
Tennessee. I
defense.
don't know how good they are overall.
I don't know
I don't
either.
trust their coach.
Tennessee will just bully ball. Is
Yeah.
what they'll do.
They'll get past the first round.
This next game is a very interesting one.
I have a very strong opinion on the next game.
All right. Let's hear it. Kentucky and Providence.
I think Providence is bad. I don't think they're good.
I don't think they're good. I don't think they're bad, though.
Every time I watch them, they play bad.
I think they're
And maybe
pretty
that's
average
just,
at everything.
I've just picked games where they sucked, but every game I've watched, they're bad. Kentucky, they lost first round last year, right?
Yeah.
To St.
Peters.
So they're not going to lose first round in 2 years in a row. They got Shibwe.
Yeah. Kentucky's streaky. It's either they play really good or
Also,
horrible.
Calipari possibly coaching for his job.
Could be.
I think he's coaching for it. I think if he loses again, I've heard Kentucky fans aren't happy with him now.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
So if he loses first round,
their fans are nuts. I mean,
but if he loses first round, he might be.
he could be.
So
I think experience. Obviously, they went one game last year, but Shibwe is a monster. I would say Kentucky.
One guy for Providence played for Kentucky last year.
that's
and
a good
transferred.
story though. That was
Bryce Hopkins.
my one hesitation with this game is revenge game for that guy.
That's why I like Providence. So you guys are on Kentucky?
I like Kentucky.
So majority is Kentucky.
I don't think Kentucky goes far, but
I told myself before the bracket came out, whoever Providence plays, I'm picking the opposite.
All right, Kansas State and Montana State.
I love Kansas State in this tournament.
I think I watched them all of one game against Nebraska. Talk me into Montana State.
Yeah,
I like
'cause
Montana State.
I could be talked out of it, but I need more than just you like them. to be
I think
talked
Kansas
out.
State is really overrated.
Did you
They
watch
ser-
their game against TCU?
Yeah, but here's the thing. Look at their schedule. They played no one in non-conference. They really didn't play anybody in non-conference.
Nebraska?
They did
Yeah,
play
but that was when Nebraska sucked.
True.
Like if Nebraska would have played them when we were on this run, I think we would have beat them.
I really think a lot of Big 12 teams are going to play well just because their conference was so.
How did K-State do
Competitive.
in their conference?
Kansas
They
State
lost to TCU and
They lost to TCU in the semis.
So they have some
No.
rest.
No, in the quarters.
quarters.
So they have rest.
They lost their
Yeah,
first
they
game.
have rest. They have some athletes on their team.
I mean, Keontae Johnson is really good.
Mm-hmm.
He's a kid from Florida, right?
Yeah.
I like Kansas State.
All right.
K-State. Chris has hated a lot of these
Yeah.
picks, and I like it because Chris sucks at college basketball. He's very bad. I'm sorry, Chris.
That's okay.
You be honest. You have been bad this year.
been good lately.
Yeah.
You just didn't talk to
He
them.
said the past 4 months have been horrific for him in college basketball.
Yeah, they haven't been good.
So I
they've been bad.
like that you hate these picks.
Yep. Well, we'll see.
All right. What's next?
Michigan State and USC.
USC.
should get out of the way of the
Love
camera.
USC.
USC.
I don't think Michigan
Dylan?
State's good, and I told this was another team where I told myself
Chris hates
whoever they play, I will pick the opposite.
I like Michigan State.
I love that. I love this.
I like
I
USC.
love where this
I don't
bracket's
think-
going.
Never bet against Tom Izzo in March. He figures it out.
Is he a good coach in March?
He is, though.
How many titles does he have?
Well, he has one, same as Calipari.
Well,
And Calipari's on the hot seat.
How many? I mean, if Michigan State shoots well, USC is not good.
I don't really know much about
They're
USC.
not
I
good.
was just going to go opposite of Michigan State. I told myself that before the tournament.
Remember the magical run USC went on that one year?
Yeah, but they had
Remember
They
they
did
beat
NBA
Kansas?
so much.
They beat Kansas.
an NBA star. This team has no dudes.
USC.
It's not USC.
Yeah.
So you both are on USC.
Yeah.
Yep.
Holy cow!
I love this.
Michigan State was lucky to beat Nebraska.
Yeah.
They had to play out of their
They
mind.
choked against Iowa. They lost to Ohio State in the tournament.
I think Michigan State's a sneaky team to get to the Final Four.
Oh
Just gonna
my
say that right
God.
now.
Ugh, I want
Just
to
gonna
throw up.
Just gonna say that. I don't have them going to the Final Four, but they could.
That makes me want to vomit all
Any
over
team
this
can
table. All right.
All right, Marquette and Vermont. I think
It's
Gotta
Marquette.
it's Marquette.
Do you like Vermont?
No.
Okay. Because of Jake Marsh?
It would be very cool, and it would be wild.
It would be cool.
Okay, so now what do you want to do? You want to go back to the top or over? Let's go to the top.
'Kay.
So Alabama and Maryland.
Alabama.
I think in my bracket I have West Virginia beating Bama here, but
Really?
yeah.
Wow, that's ballsy.
They're either winning the title or they're losing in the second round, I think.
I have Alabama.
I also have Alabama.
That's fine.
Brandon Miller is too good.
It's pretty insensitive of you.
Well,
He's a sniper. All right,
There it is.
yeah.
San Diego State and Furman.
We really pigeonholed ourselves here.
Yeah,
It's got to be San Diego State.
Yeah.
a gross team that makes it to the Sweet 16.
I don't know if Furman can get away with beating two defensive teams. Like
Yeah,
Virginia's
it's
a
just-
defensive team.
If they shoot well, I think they
They
This
could,
maybe
but
could, but I don't think
Does
they can do it.
SDSU play like with tempo?
not. They're kind of
No.
similar to Virginia,
Yeah.
like slow pace.
Yeah, that makes me like SDSU more, just because I think they have to. I think Furman has to get hot against Virginia, and then
They'd have to
Yeah.
shoot really well 2 games in a row.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like San Diego State.
Okay.
What?
All right, Creighton and Baylor. Any
This-
thoughts?
I think it's.
I think
think
it's
it's
Creighton.
Creighton.
I hate saying it, but I think it's Creighton.
I think it is.
Yeah,
I think they'll make it to the Sweet 16.
Baylor struggled down the stretch
Yeah, they
of the
did.
season.
I
Creighton
like
got
Creighton.
a really good draw.
Yeah, Creighton actually lucked
yeah.
out.
Yeah, Creighton.
Okay.
Ooh. Could the Mormons?
Utah State and Arizona.
I don't think I love Utah State, but I don't think they'll beat Arizona.
Yeah, Arizona's on another level.
Yeah, it's Arizona State.
Okay.
But I love
Arizona
love
State.
Utah State. Love them.
I think you meant Arizona.
Did I say Arizona State?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think you're
Arizona.
thinking
Sorry.
Utah State.
Yeah. Sorry.
All right, Purdue and Memphis.
I have a legitimate question.
Okay.
Okay.
Does Memphis have a tall, big guy?
They have like 3 of them.
Yeah.
Okay, I like Memphis.
Memphis.
They're all physical.
I love Memphis.
I
Yeah.
love Memphis here.
Purdue's. They won the Big Ten, but it wasn't. Nothing.
Purdue-
No game was convincing.
They're overrated.
I
Yeah.
don't think the Big Ten. Looking back on it, I don't think the Big Ten was good.
I don't think so either.
The Big Ten never does well in this tournament.
I think they were shockingly average, and they just beat each other up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Duke and Tennessee.
Intriguing game, just because I have no clue what's going to happen.
I mean, it's
Another-
just you never know what you're going to get with Tennessee. They're good defensively. They could shoot well and they'll beat anybody, or they'll shoot horribly,
Yeah.
like historically bad.
Do they have veteran guards?
They
Yeah, but their one
what's his
guard-
name? Vescovy.
They do have Vescovy. He's my guy.
Chris loves Vescovy.
Their other guard towards ACL in the last game of the season.
Ooh, Duke.
Yeah,
You sold me with that stat.
I like Duke. I have them going deep, and I tried to make a bracket without them.
So you both are on Duke.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you like Tennessee?
I do, but I also had
I think it's a toss-up.
I
That could
had
be-
Oral Roberts, so I had Tennessee beating Oral Roberts. So
Okay.
that was partially why I had Tennessee. So I'm okay with Duke there.
All right.
Kentucky and Kansas State. Kentucky. Kansas State is cheeks. They're
I think
horrible.
Kansas State is athletic.
They're so overrated.
I think Kentucky's also athletic.
I'm
I
gonna
would
go.
say Kentucky.
I'm gonna go K-State, but
I'm going
can
to take
go.
Kentucky.
Okay.
I'll second Kentucky.
I have K-State going deep in one of my brackets. So they'll probably lose first round.
USC and Marquette. Marquette is sneaky good.
I think they're pretty good. Yeah.
I think not a lot of people know or have watched them.
Because
And
what
they're-
conference are they in?
Big East, same as Creighton.
Yeah.
I think the Big East is sneaky good too, actually.
Yeah.
I definitely should have known
Except for
Marquette was in the
Providence.
Big East.
Time for Shaka Smart to show up in the tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say Marquette.
Yeah, I like Marquette.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Alabama,
Alabama.
SDSU.
Yeah, sure.
It's Alabama. It just
Sure.
is.
Alabama.
We're not gonna have Alabama winning, are we?
Probably.
It's quite possible. Creighton, Arizona. I like Creighton. I can't believe I'm saying that.
No.
I can't believe I'm
No.
saying that.
No.
Talk me out of Creighton. Just like
So these two played earlier in the year. Arizona
Okay.
won by 1 in Maui. It was
That doesn't count.
it was a really good game. Cockbrenner was not 100%, and they still only lost by 1.
That was also some of the first games of the year.
I know, but
I think it's Arizona. They're a running gun team.
this is just
I
so.
hate that
I can't trust Creighton that deep in the tournament.
I don't want to.
Not after their Xavier performance.
Yeah,
That
that
was
was
pitiful.
bad.
If they don't shoot well, they're screwed.
Yeah, but this Creighton team plays a little more defense than Creighton teams in the past. So I'm on Creighton,
It's up to you, man.
and
who
Dylan's on Arizona.
I just have no clue.
I think it really is a toss-up game. I
I'll
could
just
see
say
either
Arizona.
Okay.
Sorry, Chris.
one. I mean, I could see it being a pick'em or
So we got a chalk. We got
One
chalk
yeah, we got a
there.
1 and 2 seed.
I think the South is the chalkiest region, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Memphis and Duke.
I wish I would have watched Memphis more in their tournament because I don't really know how they play.
I mean, it's just like I don't really know how to describe it. It's like street ball, really.
Are they? They're young too, aren't they? I feel like they're
Yeah.
always young.
I would probably say Duke, even though I could see Memphis, but
I'm gonna say Memphis. I think.
okay.
I'm just trusting a guard that's been there.
I'm gonna go Memphis. Actually,
Oh,
Screw it.
okay.
All right.
Okay.
I believe in 'em.
Flips. On to Memphis. Memphis moves on.
Yeah, that's just a bad pick.
Peters hates it.
And it's not like a Duke thing. It's
Can-
just I don't trust.
Trevin, our other pod member, did say Memphis to the Final Four.
He did.
So far we're listening to him.
Okay.
Kentucky and Marquette. I like Marquette.
I also like Marquette.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so now to go to the Final Four.
Alabama.
Dylan?
I think they're gonna lose earlier, so I'm gonna say Arizona.
I'm going Alabama.
I just think they're
You guys are same with 95% of brackets out there.
wow.
There's
sure
no
are.
chance they make it.
Memphis
choke
and
every year.
Marquette. I'm
Oof.
going Marquette.
I'm also gonna go with Marquette.
I think they're just
I don't really know.
I think they're good. Like really good.
They are a 2, so that would lend me to believe.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Okay.
You're really gonna support Nate Oates?
I am going to support Nate Oates.
I'm also gonna
Yep.
support NATO.
So Alabama
great
and
people.
Marquette.
Alabama.
I'm also going Alabama. Sorry, Dylan. Dylan's just getting
You guys
screwed.
you guys are idiots.
So Alabama makes it to the title game. Even
I'm gonna
with,
put out a clip of this when they lose second round.
well, we'll take the heat.
If Alabama loses in the second round, I can live with myself.
Yeah.
Because at that point, I'll just say, well, they have some bad people.
Yeah, we'll just blame it on the distractions.
Yeah, you can do that.
All right,
Pass the ball.
now we're over to the Midwest.
Yep.
Houston, I think.
Yeah,
Houston.
it's
Nah.
Houston. Houston worries me, but
Sasser.
they'll win that game. Yeah.
It would make
Oh,
sense for them
boy.
to win it all
This
because
got
it's
all
in. I don't think you need to fix that.
Okay. Iowa and Auburn.
Auburn.
I like Iowa.
Iowa shot so well and could not beat Nebraska.
I know, but Auburn
But-
is not that good. They
Nebraska
really
missed
are.
the tournament.
Auburn is not very good when they don't play at home.
Yeah.
Iowa.
But
Neither
I
is
don't-
Iowa.
I don't trust Fran in March.
He has traditionally struggled in a tournament, but so did Auburn. Auburn was so good last year, and they choked
True.
with Jabari Smith.
Jabari Smith.
And now he's in the NBA.
This
number one
is a
pick.
toss up.
I think whoever wins this game will have a chance against Houston. That's my opinion.
No,
I just don't
No.
believe in Houston.
I don't either. But they're gonna beat. I'm gonna go Auburn.
Okay, so we're going Auburn.
I just think Iowa. What's his name? Had 5 threes in the first half and still lost to us.
McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Miami and Drake. I like Miami.
I actually have Drake in this game.
I think Miami's going to go pretty deep.
I think Miami's actually.
Miami doesn't play D, and Drake has a father-son duo.
Well, we have a
for
father-son
coach.
duo losing in the first round.
Who's that?
Yeah, no, they don't count.
Oh,
McCaffrey.
Iowa.
McCaffrey's.
They don't count.
It's true, we do.
I like Drake in this game.
I like Miami.
Okay, Miami it is. Indiana and Kent State.
A lot of people like Kent State in this game, but I like Indiana.
Yeah,
I think
I
Trace
like
Jackson
Indiana.
Davis.
I think Indiana's a little too good, but
they could.
it wouldn't
beat 'em.
shock me if
No,
I think Indiana's a little overrated.
Is this the region that's the chalkiest?
Could be.
could be. Yeah,
Iowa State against the winner of Mississippi State and Pitt.
I
which
have
was on Tuesday
the
night.
winner of Mississippi. I think it's gonna be Mississippi State.
Yeah.
I have
I
them
do
my
too.
beating Iowa
bracket.
State.
So we will put Mississippi State here.
Yeah,
If
And
it's Pitt,
people know.
and
yeah.
because it's like normally if it's a Power 5 playing game, that team
Usually wins their
normally
next game.
wins the next game. And I don't think Iowa State's that good.
No, I think Iowa State is bad.
All right,
Xavier and Kennesaw State. Well, we've
I like-
watched Xavier firsthand on Friday.
Yeah.
They're good.
They're good.
They can shoot.
Who's that center dude?
Nunji
Nunji
from Iowa.
Yeah. I hate
Killed
that guy.
Creighton.
Yeah. It's Xavier.
It's
I think.
Xavier.
Yeah. Is Kennesaw State, like, obviously they're good enough to make the tournament. Are they?
I think they're okay.
Could they, like, potentially play pretty well and make this close?
I think they could.
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know much about them, but
A&M and Penn State. I like Penn State.
if they make their threes,
Yeah.
This is another one I just have no idea on.
I want that A&M Texas game though.
Yeah, I'll go
That'd be
Texas
awesome.
A&M just because I want the storyline, and
Yeah.
it's a true 50-50. Unless
Yeah.
Chris has a strong opinion.
I mean, Penn State's been playing good. I mean,
If they hit their threes,
if they hit their
I
threes, they're
think
really
they'll
hard to
win.
beat.
Yeah,
But
I'm gonna go A&M just
Okay.
for the storyline.
okay. And then we're all going Texas,
Yeah.
I assume.
Texas.
Okay, moving down, Kansas,
Yep.
Yeah, just pencil them in.
Arkansas, and Illinois.
I like Arkansas.
I also like Arkansas.
That breaks
Must
my
have
heart.
won.
I
Must bust.
really like Illinois.
Why? I could be
Why do a lot of people like Illinois? Why do they like them so much?
Illinois is so talented. Like Terrence Shannon Jr. Transferred from Texas Tech. He's probably one of the best guards in the country. They got Matthew Meyer, the forward from Baylor that won it with Baylor, the mullet guy.
The mullet guy.
He got rid of the mullet. He just had short hair now.
You gotta keep the mullet for March.
Is he gonna drink too many energy drinks?
I know he drank a lot of energy drinks that one time.
Drank 5 energy drinks. And
I mean,
couldn't play
Illinois
next
has
day.
the talent to beat anyone, but they could lose to anyone.
Same with Arkansas.
Yeah, they both have talent, but they could lose to anyone.
Yeah, I like Arkansas.
I like Arkansas as well.
Okay.
I'm sorry for your future, though.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
hypothetically.
I'm sorry. I do feel bad about that.
It's all right. I have Kansas, so it's fine. St. Mary's and VCU. I like VCU.
I do too.
Yeah, I don't. It's one where I don't trust either team because St. Mary's plays in the WCC, and I just can't.
St.
Can't
Mary's
get
just
behind.
plays at a slow pace. Like
Mm-hmm.
they just keep the other team around without. I mean,
What's VCU's pace like? Slow?
slow. So they're both slow. This over under could be like 110, and that's not a joke.
So
First
that,
one to 50 might win that game.
Yeah.
That almost leads me to say St. Mary's. I know you're both on VCU because St. Mary's is obviously the better team. If they're both going to play slow,
Yeah.
wouldn't you rather have the more talented team?
Just seems.
I'm not
like
sure St. Mary's is more talented.
I don't know. I was a St. Mary's believer until they got killed by Zaga
Yeah.
in the championship.
It's VCU. That's what it is.
Yep.
UConn and Iona. Richard Pitino joins the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
I like UConn.
I like UConn.
I like UConn a lot.
I think Patino's gone next year.
Yeah.
Going to St. John's.
St. John's
Yeah.
or Georgetown.
Yep.
Yeah. TCU, Arizona State / Nevada.
I love TCU.
I also love TCU.
TCU's good.
Who's their guard?
Mike Miles.
Mike Miles, stud.
Yeah.
He's so good.
Experienced guard.
Yep.
They know how to go on a run in the tournament. They did it last
Mhm.
year.
They did.
Gonzaga and Grand Canyon.
Zags.
Timmy Turner.
Timmy
Yeah.
Turner.
My dude.
Mark Few.
Hunter Salas.
Always gets to the Sweet 16.
Hunter Salas.
Yep.
Coming back home.
Future Husker.
Future Husker.
Just break some news there, Chris.
I did break some news.
Cool.
And Chucky Hubbard. Okay.
And St. Thomas.
Anyway,
And Rope.
teams that are in the tournament. Northwestern and Boise State.
I like Northwestern. I don't believe in the Mountain West.
I like Boise State. I don't think Northwestern's good.
So I'm with Dylan. I don't think Northwestern is that good. But I don't think Boise's very good.
They should have beat Utah State.
It's true. I lean Northwestern because they're in a better conference and played better teams, but I still don't think they're that good.
I'm not saying they're going to
Boise
go
State's
deep.
scrappy.
So I'm going to take Northwestern.
Yeah. I don't think they're going far.
No, they'll lose next game.
Yeah.
And then UCLA for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we pick Bama to win this, I'm not putting the episode out.
It's going to happen.
I'm
My
cutting
son
the whole
has
thing.
UCLA to win it all.
I like that. I wish who's the guy who got hurt?
Jalen.
Jalen Carter or something.
Jalen Carter?
Jalen
Not
Clark.
Jalen Carter.
Jalen Clark, yes.
Yeah.
Not Jalen Carter.
Jalen Carter plays for Georgia.
Yep.
Played.
Yeah.
If he was there, UCLA would
Yeah.
be my championship.
That's actually going to hurt them a lot.
Yeah.
All right, Houston and Auburn.
Houston.
Houston.
I'm with you, Chris.
Okay.
I don't love Houston, but I think they'll win this game.
Okay.
Yeah. The injury is a problem.
Yeah.
Sasser is a huge loss for them.
Mm-hmm.
Miami and Indiana. I like Miami.
I also like Miami a lot.
Dylan hates it,
I hate that.
but he's outmatched already. Mississippi State and Xavier.
Mississippi State is bad, but they play such good defense that
Yeah.
they could somehow win this game.
Yeah. They just
I
can't
think.
shoot.
No.
They suck at shooting.
Terrible.
The only
offense.
problem is, the only reason I lean Xavier is because we don't know if it'll be out before this comes out,
could be Pitt,
but
Could
it could
be
be
Pitt.
Pitt. And then I would love
Or-
Xavier.
or it could be Iowa State, I guess.
If it's Iowa State, I'd love Xavier. Xavier will run them.
That's why I think it's.
Well, it's
Gotta
not
be
because
Xavier.
we're going to be perfect, so it's going to
Yeah,
be Mississippi
true,
State.
true. You're right.
I like Xavier.
This is my weird team that is gonna somehow make the Sweet 16. I think Mississippi State.
Mississippi State, the head coach used to be at New Mexico State with Teddy last year.
Teddy, yeah.
And they made the Sweet 16 when
Yeah.
they made that run.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have 10.
I'm going to go Mississippi State.
Yeah. Let's go.
That's fine.
Let's go. I don't think Xavier. I think we caught him on
Yeah.
a good game when we watched
Yeah.
him.
A&M and Texas.
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 I like
I'm
Texas.
excited for that game though.
Kansas and Arkansas. I like Kansas.
I also like Kansas.
Yeah, that's gonna be a really good game. I think.
Hopefully Bill Self is back because Kansas looked bad without him this week.
Yeah, what was that? Heart?
I think he had a mini heart attack.
You think they
honestly.
looked bad, except for
Yeah.
the championship?
I mean, they didn't really play
They made it
well
to
in
the
their
Big
first
12
game.
championship.
They didn't play well
Who
getting
was
there.
their first game?
West Virginia,
Iowa State.
or West
They-
Virginia, Iowa State, and they didn't look great in any of them.
'Kay.
VCU and UConn. I like UConn.
I like UConn.
I also like
I
UConn.
think UConn's actually pretty good.
I think they are. Who'd they lose to in the tournament?
Last year,
No,
oh,
In the Big East.
Marquette.
Marquette. Yeah, they should have won that game.
Yeah. TCU and Gonzaga.
TCU.
I like Gonzaga.
I like TCU.
Okay, that's fine.
Turner's-
I like TCU.
Turner's
I can
run
I
see
don't
it.
think Gonzaga is as good.
Drew
this
Timmy's
year.
run comes to an end.
Is he gonna be done after this year?
Yeah, he's
been there
done. This
forever.
is his last season.
Okay, good.
Thankfully. Northwestern and
Get
UCLA.
your last Timmy Turner is out.
Yeah. Yeah. The
I like
boys will
UC
be over and it'll
Yeah.
happen.
Yep.
A
I
lot
like
of them.
UCLA.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
UCLA is just
sure.
too good.
Okay.
Okay. Houston and Miami. I like Miami.
I
I
also
like Indiana
Miami.
in this game.
I like Miami.
Looks like it's Miami.
I don't know. Sure.
What
They do not play defense.
They don't play defense, no.
Zero defense. You have to play some sort of defense in the tournament.
Well, not if you outshoot a team.
Sometimes the
Houston
best
can't
defense
shoot.
is offense.
Disgusting.
Correct. Just outscore them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good offense beats good defense any day. Mississippi State and Texas.
Defense wins champ.
Texas.
Yeah.
Good run for Mississippi State.
Yep.
UConn and Kansas. I like Kansas.
I also like Kansas.
I'm gonna say UConn, but that's fine.
This is just turning out like every bracket I've looked at.
Yeah. TCU and UCLA.
This is where the injury for UCLA, I really start having questions.
Yeah.
They still have a ton of experience.
I still
though.
think Jaime Jaquez and Tiger Campbell
Yeah.
are a ton to deal with.
I think it's UCLA. I think this will be a close game though.
Selfishly, I want it to be UCLA so I get a team in the Final Four for my futures. So UCLA.
Okay.
Trumping everyone. Even though I do have Alabama already. Oh, that's
We're going to have...
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
You don't even need to say it.
Miami and Texas.
Texas.
Yeah, Texas.
All right.
I think this is where Miami's run ends.
And Kansas and UCLA.
Oh, that'll be a fantastic jersey.
Yeah.
game.
2 blue bloods.
Did they play last year?
I don't think so.
No. I like UCLA.
I like Kansas.
The injury scares me a little bit, but Tiger Campbell, Jaime Jaquez.
So it's up to Dylan. Because I like Kansas. And Peters is on UCLA.
But there's also never been in the past 7 years. There's never been a team west of Nebraska to win it all,
Yeah.
which
true.
scares me with UCLA.
So we have, what, one seed?
We have a 1 seed, a 2 seed, a 2 seed,
Yeah, nice, guys.
And a 1 or a 2.
and then a 1 or a 2.
That's so classic.
Dylan hates it.
I've liked UCLA all year. I think it's UCLA.
Okay.
I think it's UCLA. Somehow.
Okay. Texas and UCLA. I think it's UCLA.
I think it's
In that
Texas.
matchup.
I think it's Texas.
I also think it's Texas.
Okay. That's fine. That's an easier matchup for Alabama.
No. Don't
okay.
do it.
So the championship game is Alabama against Texas. Football matchup as well. I'm going to take Alabama. And Nate Oates. And Brandon Miller. And all the straight shooters that they have on their team.
I'm taking Texas. Bama, there's no chance they win.
They will when we pencil them
I
in.
guarantee it.
Well, it's up to Peters.
Well, tell me why you like Texas. Or is it
Experienced
strictly-
guards. Marcus Carr, is that his name?
Yeah.
He's really good.
Alabama has experienced guards in Javon Quinterly.
Texas has coach of the... Was it Big 12 or coach of the year?
Well, technically he's an interim coach.
Yeah, but he won it.
Well,
So just the Big 12 then.
just the Big 12.
Big 12.
Nate Oates won national, I think.
Did he?
Or he will.
No way they give it. They're not going to give it to Nate Oates after
Yes,
all
they
that.
will. They're
no,
the
they
best
won't.
team.
I think they will because
They will. They're
Brandon
the best
Miller
team.
was still
Yeah.
all team.
Yeah. He was still first-team All-American. Brandon Miller was.
I think it's
Did you
Alabama.
watch the Texas-Kansas game?
No, but I don't like.
They destroyed Kansas.
I don't think they...
It wasn't
Alabama's
even
a
close.
different animal.
Yeah.
They're so good. They're just so good.
I think it's Alabama.
I'm not putting the episode out if you
It's
write
Alabama.
Alabama.
It's getting written, Dylan. The Crimson Tide. Not just a football school, folks.
Literally the same as 98% of the brackets out there.
Everybody will sign it.
Okay.
Everybody sign.
I'm not signing.
You got to sign off.
I'm
on
not
it.
going to sign it.
There we go. Champions Alabama.
Pretty convincingly. I know it's.
I don't think it'd be close.
I know everybody's gonna have Alabama.
Everyone. It's not Alabama.
I was watching the bracketology on ESPN, and only like 2 experts had Alabama.
Well,
a lot of
like
other ones
the
had
general public.
UConn.
Everyone's gonna take Bama.
Marquette.
I just think the South and the East are pretty easy because I don't have a lot of confidence in Purdue. Even if they beat Memphis.
Like, here's the thing. Alabama's going to easily win their first game. I think they'll easily beat Maryland. They can easily beat San Diego State. So before they're in the Elite Eight and they haven't played anyone good. And they've rested.
sleptwalked through the
They've
Elite
rested.
Eight. And then they play Marquette, who the Big East is a good conference, but
Yeah.
I think the SEC is a whole different animal.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Because
It's a good, it's
see.
perfect. It's
We'll see.
perfect.
No,
so
it's not. It's not perfect.
Because like best
perfect.
case scenario for Alabama is like a Tennessee makes a run, who's super streaky,
yeah.
or a Kentucky.
Hope you guys feel good about yourselves
I do.
with that one.
Yeah,
I do.
Yep, nice.
I don't condone
Yeah.
the actions of Alabama, but you know,
It's business. It's a business decision.
Whatever. I'm not signing it.
Well,
You
we
have
got
to
to sign it.
I'm not signing it.
Yeah,
What
you're
if it's
signing.
perfect and then you don't get credit for
It's
it?
fine. I don't want it.
You don't
Okay.
get any
I
of
don't.
the money.
I don't want
Okay.
any.
All
No,
right, we
I
just
don't
have to
want
split it 2 ways.
Two
then.
ways then.
It's fine.
We just get 500,000.
Yeah.
It's fine.
You could get
I don't want that.
330,000.
I don't want that money.
Okay, that's
All right.
fine.
It's dirty money.
All right.
All right. Whatever.
Yeah.
That is the Boys Down Bad bracket. I really want to say it's perfect, but it's not.
It is
But-
perfect.
Yeah, let's do a quick roulette spin. We're doing it on Peter's phone because we don't have a TV.
I'm on 24.
24, okay. Chris?
I'm gonna go with 3.
3. Tommy has 22.
22.
Trev has 27.
And Dylan.
And I'll do 00. Come on.
Come on, 3.
Come on, 24.
Come on,
I got
baby.
a child to pay for.
It's gonna be 3. It's gonna be a 3.
Green.
3.
Green.
What is it? What is it?
33.
Oh,
I thought it said 22 for a second.
33.
33.
All right, moves
No
on
winner.
another week.
60
Moves
bucks
on another
next
week.
60 bucks.
Sheesh,
Things
guys.
are escalating quickly.
The gambling debts. 60 bucks is a ton.
Oh, all right. That was our March Madness episode. Super excited for that to happen.
Best 2 days of the year.
Best 2
Thursday
days
and
of the year,
Friday.
Thursday,
Yep.
Friday. I
Enjoy
agree.
games all day.
Yep, enjoy it. You know, have a couple of beverages,
Get together with the friends.
sit back,
Get
and
together with the boys.
win some games.
St. Patrick's Day on Friday night, so
That's an old-time day.
watch basketball all day and then
Mm-hmm.
get a jump start on your St. Patrick's Day.
Yep.
Yep. Also, enjoy our interview with Jason Maciejczak.
Yeah.
Maciejczak.
Maciejczak.
Yep. He clarified that for us. We didn't know, but
Yeah.
awesome interview with him. Great kid. Check it out now. All right, this is the Boys Down Bad podcast, and we are extremely excited to welcome on Nebraska football recruit Jason Maciejczak to the pod. Jason, welcome on.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me.
So you bet. My first question for you is, how did I do at pronouncing your name?
You did almost perfect. It's Maciejczak.
Maciejczak. Okay.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
How often do people actually get that right?
Not very often unless I tell them.
Sweet. So, I was going through your Twitter and I saw a video of you throwing up 225 on bench 31 times. What is your bench max? Because that's pretty impressive.
Man, I have not benchmarked in a while. I stick strictly to lighter weight and moving it a lot. So I'd say I'd probably be around the 405, 415, somewhere around in there. But
That's
Yeah.
pretty good. So, you're from South Dakota. Have you always wanted to play D1 football? Like, has that been your dream since you were a kid?
yeah, it's always been a dream. Ever since I was 5 and I started playing football, it's always been a dream to to play Division I football and keep going from there.
Absolutely. What is high school football like in South Dakota? I feel like we don't hear a ton about it. Is it pretty competitive?
Yeah, it's really competitive. I think it's one of those deals where it's very very underrated. You see my quarterback going to Ohio State.
Oh, he's going to
got-
Ohio State.
What was that?
He's going to Ohio State.
Yep, he's going to Ohio State, and there's a running or a linebacker at Sioux Falls Jefferson that has a lot of offers. One from Nebraska, and then a tight end at Pierre from my school. I played with him this year. He has an offer from Pitt in Memphis in Wyoming right now. So I think it's just now getting a lot of attention, realizing that there is talent here. It's not just 9-man football and a bunch of country guys running around. So
Yeah,
I think it's very underrated, and people need to know that it's good competition.
absolutely. We'd love to hear it. So you have a pretty crazy recruiting story. You were originally going to go to North Dakota and then flipped to Nebraska. Can you take us through that whole process and how you eventually got to be a Husker?
Yeah, it was crazy. So I went through camp season. I went to North Dakota. That's when they offered me, and then I went to Nebraska, went to NDSU, and I was supposed to go to a couple others after NDSU, but I decided to commit to University of North Dakota in June. I was camped out, and my body was tired. I was starting to get some minor injuries. I was like, I'm done with this. I need to train for my team and eventually win a state title. So, I committed middle of June sometime. And from then until December, 5 days before signing day, I was going there and I was happy with it. And so, and then the new staff comes in and Omar was there for 48 hours and he gives me a call at 8:30 at night. And he says that, hey, we saw that you were at camp. We saw you're on visits and stuff. And he said, we need you. So I went up and talked to my family, and it took about 2-3 days. And with all this, we were trying to get an official visit there. And of course, we had, I think it was 35 inches of snow throughout that time. So airports, roads, everything was shut down. So we had to make the decision over phone and Zoom and seeing everything and meeting the new staff through the phone. So I eventually committed to Nebraska, I believe that Monday, and then I signed Wednesday, and then I came on an official visit here in January. So, but yeah, it was something else.
Yeah, that's a crazy story. So 35 inches of snow and you couldn't get out. So you had all your meetings on Zoom. Is that what you said?
Yep. Zoom, FaceTime, calls, everything like that.
What were your initial thoughts on the new staff?
Yeah, I think it was more of a family. I got recruited with the old staff and I got recruited with the new staff. And I think the biggest difference is they're not just strictly football. I think we see through social media and everything, at least I'm seeing that, like, it's it's not just football. They're having team bonding, they're getting out of the community, they're actually being a family and not just strictly football, which I think is very important. I mean, when I came from my old school to now I'm in Pierre, that was one of the biggest things is we it was very family oriented and we're all brothers. I came here and they all accepted me and I was just one of them. So I think that's one of the biggest things that they really installed in what they want to do there is that everything's a family and it's not just strictly football.
That's awesome. Love to hear it.
Yeah, so I was looking, and you play offense and defensive line.
Yep.
I guess which one's harder and which one's more fun, offensive line or defensive line?
I think offensive line is harder. I think just the mental side of offensive line is harder. Which one's more fun is definitely defense. I think that goes without saying. Like, you get to go make tackles and get sacks, and definitely have a lot more glory with defensive line.
What's the most rewarding part of being an offensive lineman? You touched on it a little bit, but O-line just seems really, really hard. And something that I'm sure, aside from offensive linemen, it's not looked as, one of the most favorable positions to play. What's the most rewarding part?
Yeah, I think when either you make a block or you come off on a double team and you see your running back or quarterback or anybody with the ball and they just zoom right past you and they're in the end zone. Like, it's one of the best feelings that you could ever have. And one of our biggest games this year, my quarterback, we were up and we had to score a touchdown to seal the game. And I came off on a double team and sealed the linebacker and he just took off. And it was one of the best feelings ever to watch him go score and win the game.
That's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, so you kind of talked about the recruiting process, not being able to get out to Nebraska. What was it really like on Zoom? Obviously, you kind of talked about going through the facility on the phone, but kind of what was the process really like just going over the phone?
Yeah, no, I think they did a really good job of instilling what they were like, not just putting on a show over the phone. They really, like I said, built that connection with me within a matter of days. Mm-hmm. They did a really good job with that, and the facilities, I've seen them before, but they did a really good job of showing me everything that I wanted. They took time out of their day to show me what I needed to see to be able to get a commitment from me. And at the end of the day, I was really grateful for them to be able to do that for me.
Absolutely. So obviously Coach Rhule coming in this year, he's been killing it. He's getting a lot of guys in. What makes him so successful at recruiting, do you think?
Yeah, I think one of his big deals is the way he makes connections with people. When I first met him, he wasn't like your typical head coach. When you think of head coaches, you think of the head of the team, but the players don't really see him much. The players don't get coached from him much. He's just kind of he's the general manager. He's the head of everything. But when I first talked to him, he was just very down to earth guy, and he was just like one of the other coaches. I think that's one of the biggest things that stands out and why people like him, and because he does what he needs to do to build that connection and not just build the connection off of what is around him.
Absolutely. So we've had a lot of recruits on, and we've been interviewing them, and a lot of them have like crazy Husker Nation stories. Like they'll just be, on a flight and they'll get recognized by someone just out of nowhere. Do you have any crazy Husker Nation stories yourself?
Crazy, no, but there's in our tiny town up here, there's a lot of people that I didn't know were Husker fans or Husker fans. I just be walking around the store or somewhere in school, and people come up and talk to you about Nebraska, and it's like, hey, I didn't even know you were a Nebraska fan. So, yeah,
Husker Nation's everywhere. It's crazy.
Yeah. So, kind of what we talked about, the 31 reps at 225. Has benching just always been easy for you, or is like what's kind of the deal with that?
Yeah, I always rely on my Polish genes for that. My dad's 100% Polish, and I've always just been a strong dude. Ever since I was young, I've always been a big strong dude. So, I mean, it's always just I've had to work for it. It doesn't just come naturally, but I've always just been one of the top guys as far as the weight room, and I just keep building off of it.
That's awesome. One of my last questions for you is, what are you most excited for coming to Nebraska and being a Husker?
Yeah, I think, game days has to be number one. Game days and the fans and winning. You come into that stadium and there's 95,000 cheering for you. And then not only that, you get out on the field and you go get a win for those people. I think that's the biggest thing that Husker fans have been missing on. And look at what they're still doing as far as not having any winning seasons in the past years. And I think I'm just most excited to see the support, and then on top of that, get a win, which is most important.
Mm-hmm. Great answer. Love it.
Yeah, I see the antlers in the background. Are you a big hunter?
Yeah, I don't know if I call myself a big hunter. I hunt though. There's not much to do here in South Dakota, and Nebraska is kind of the same way. But I live in a town of 13,000 people, so you hunt, fish, and hang out on the river is about all you got to do around here.
Love it. That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's like no secret that the offensive line has been a struggle for Nebraska the last however many years. What makes Coach Rhule a good offensive line coach, and how much confidence do you have in him to like get it turned around and get you guys moving downhill, and because they want to be a running team, Coach Rhule says. So how good of a coach is Coach Rhule?
Yeah, I started out as an offensive lineman. Now I've moved to defensive line, but he did recruit me in the beginning. So I think one of his biggest deals is he believes in physical people. To be an offensive lineman, you got to be physical. You can't be passive, and you got to strike with violence. So when I was down there at camp with him, he preached physicality and he preached technique. So I think one of the biggest things with offensive linemen is when you look at good offensive linemen, they always have good technique and good feet. So that's one of the biggest things that he's going to get turned around. And as far as the run game, you have to have good technique. You can't just, be walking around and, taking sloppy steps and not punching with your hands right. So I think that he's going to get that done. And I can't wait to go against him every day and watch them grow. And it's just going to make us better as a defensive line unit too. Iron sharpens iron.
Absolutely.
What's your so since you're moving to defense, what's your favorite defensive play? Like a sack, strip sack, defensive touchdown? Like what's your favorite defensive play as a defensive lineman?
If I can get one scoop score while I'm a Husker, that'd be the highlight of my career.
Yeah,
nice. Absolutely.
Awesome. That's awesome. Sweet. Are you a big college basketball guy?
I'm not. I don't watch much college basketball.
Okay, I was gonna ask if you have a lock for March Madness, who's gonna win it?
I think Houston's gonna win it. I watched them a couple times this year, and they are crazy good. So I mean, granted, the number one seed almost never wins it and always gets upset, but I think they have the talent to get it done.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Well, Jason, this has been awesome. Thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate it, and we can't wait to watch you next year, man. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, thank you guys again for having me.
You bet. Go Big Red.
Go Big Red.
All right, thank you, Jason. Fantastic interview.
Great kid.
Great
Benches
kid.
a ton.
He's a big boy.
Yeah.
Strong. That's what we need on the
He's on the defensive
D-line.
line
Yeah,
now.
thought he was O-line, but he's D-line.
Yeah.
We love it.
It's fine.
Love that. So, yeah, enjoy the madness. Where will we be at next week when it comes out?
We'll be in the Sweet 16.
Sweet 16, okay. So, enjoy the round of 64 and 32. And we will see you guys next week.
Cheer on Bama.
No.
Roll Tide.
Nope.
Roll Tide.
This is the Boys Down Bad podcast. I'm Dylan.
Jordan.
Chris.
Have yourselves a top 10 weekend.